Hello guys, welcome to Roman's Rust Bucket. In this video, I'll do a walk around of my 1967 VW Beetle. I'll show you guys what repairs I have done and what repairs I still need to do. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so for the first part of this walk around, I'll go ahead and get started with the driver's side. The most obvious repair are these green heater channels from Classic Fab that I installed a couple of months ago, or welded in rather. These were very good quality, and I would definitely recommend them over the Clocker Home or the Dunsk heater channels. They're nice and thick, and they fit just so well, just as good as factory ones. Here you can see the welds down by the pillar. That was quite annoying to grind out, but it turned out pretty well. Doesn't look too good with the glare, but a small skim coat of body filler and it'll look perfect. Better than factory. Here's the other pillar. And then up here in the firewall, I do have a couple holes that I need to patch, but that's nothing that's too hard. Let's see here. There's the other heater channel. I did coat the inside of them with paint, so that's why there's so much black paint on them, just because it was overflow, and I did spray beneath the carpet clip and all that. So just wanted to make sure that they don't rust out again. And then back here, you can see all the big holes. So on both sides, I need to replace the rear shock tower area in the area where the luggage tray meets the wheel well. As you can see, those rust holes are quite big. I also need to replace the rear cross members in the heater channel end caps. Here I welded in an aftermarket one, but I did weld in the original heater tube. But I ended up just getting a parts car that has basically the whole rear portion of the car is in good shape. So from the heater channels on backward is in good shape. So I'll be taking this out again and then putting in those cross members in rear luggage tray area in the rear shock tower stuff. That's the best metal that you can get out there, so I thought it's better just to do it once and do it right. And I'm not sure if you guys can see, but up there, right here, there's a couple holes where the wheel well meets this body panel up there. But the parts car, all that metal is good since it was a Texas car, so I'll just be using that. Here's the other side. As you can see, it has the same issues. There, I already cut out that rear shock tower area, but I'll use that metal from the parts car that you'll see in the next video. The dash was uncut in this car, and this is the original paint actually. Nice VW blue. That's what I'll be painting this car again, with a nice white interior. Let's see. Just go ahead and shut the door now. Shuts pretty nice, and it fits really nice, but perfect. And then we get to the fun part of the car. Not really. So this car was in an accident at some point in its life, and they put on, well actually they didn't do it very nice, but what they did was they cut the old quarter panel right here so that they didn't have to drill out any of the spot welds. And then they left this whole area of the quarter panel right here. And then they just overlapped a later quarter panel. So what I had to do was cut the front clip off, take that whole quarter panel off. I just had to melt the brazing and everything. Open this edge here for the rain. And then I could eventually take the quarter panel out. That was not fun, but I did it. And then I sandblasted it and just put in some primer so that it doesn't rust right away. And then I have a front clip over there, right here. It's an original one from a 1967 Beetle that I'll be putting on here. But that'll come this summer. And then down here, It was also pretty rusty, so I ordered a classic fab front clip section, or not front clip, front firewall section for this, just because that's the best metal that you can pretty much get, other than original, but those are all pretty much rusted out there. Here, I'll just have to sandblast this and get the wave out a little bit, but that's not too hard. And then down here, since I replaced the heater channel, I'll also have to replace the bottom part of that front quarter panel, but that's actually a pretty easy repair to do. Let's check here, you can see the classic fab heater channel. I'll also have to do this rear quarter panel here. And then here you can see how rusty this is. Not very nice, but I'll show you guys. I'm actually gonna do this repair in the next couple of days. So I'll film that, edit it, and then upload it. But I think I know what I'll do for that, but we'll see if my mind changes. We'll go ahead, open this door. This one doesn't open really nicely, but I know how I'll fix that. It won't be perfect, but this body was tweaked at some point, and that is very hard to get out. So I'll just leave it. You can see I ground down those welds. I also replaced the battery section with a Wolfsburg West floor pan section. I usually don't like to overlap the metal just because it doesn't look as nice, but here it needs to be strong, so that's why I overlapped it here. I'll put some seam sealer on there, and then it'll be hard to tell. And this is just the better way to do the floor pans. Let's see here. Yeah, I already showed you guys this, but this is it from the other side. And then we'll go ahead, I'll shut the door, and then we'll go ahead and move to the back. So this rear clip, as you can see by the brazing here, and here, and all that, it was replaced at some point in its life. I'm not exactly sure where it was replaced because this all seems like it was one piece. But here it's a little dented, and there's a dent here, but that's not too hard to fix. But here are more holes from the rear luggage tray, but I'll be fixing all that. Here you can see the light shining through. But yeah, this rear clip isn't too nice. That doesn't line up there where the rubber belongs, and down there it's all bent, so I'll have to fix all that. It's a little rusty here, and then here we can see that we have a rust hole. Show you guys from the other side. The parts car, this metal's pretty good on the parts car, so I'll be using that. But here you can see more of the brazing that was done. The nice gold melted metal right there. But yeah, and then this is the rear shock tower area on the driver's side that I'll be replacing. And then also I'll be replacing this rear quarter panel. But that should be it for all the metal work. I think for now the hardest stuff to do will be this front clip, just because you can see it and it has to be nice. And you have this weather stripping channel here. I'll have to remove that, but then getting that nice is hard. And then you have this little J-shaped metal right here, but we'll see how it goes. I'll read a couple forum posts on the Samba because people always have good ideas on there. And then I'll give it a shot. And then as for the rear shock tower area, like I said, I'll be making a video on that. And then I'll show you guys kind of how I did that. And I'll link the forum posts where I got my ideas from because those are very helpful. But yeah, I think that is it for the walk around and what I still need to do on my car. So that is it for this episode, and I hope to see you guys on my next video.